welcome back to Swans Cast then, everyone. So we're going to be talking today about the next game. So I actually can't remember who it is. It's Blackburn away, isn't it?
Nice, boys.
Blackburn
Oh,
away.
it's Blackburn.
Yeah, it's the
Good
rearranged
start.
game that got postponed from January, I believe. Was it January? Early January?
No,
God,
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, it was January, yeah.
It was either
Sheffield
late
Wednesday was
December
the other one.
or early
Yeah.
January, but it was a while ago. So been a long time coming. One of our games in hand is finally here. I've got Scott and Lee to talk about it with me today.
Hello.
Welcome, lads. So let's get stuck in then. So, as I said, a Tuesday kickoff. So there's a point there for me straight away. We haven't played on a Tuesday for a while. It's been Wednesday, Saturday. And we kind of already look a bit leggy and tired. So that's one discussion point we can touch on. Even short turnaround now after a Saturday, what impact will that have? But yeah, so after the last week where Lady Luck was definitely shining down on us, how are we feeling ahead of a trip to Blackburn, who have not been in the best form? Lee, we'll start with you.
I don't know what you're talking about. We've had no luck. Stonewall penalties all round.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I don't know really. I think it's an early kickoff as well, isn't it? 6 o'clock?
Yeah, 6 o'clock on, I don't know if it's on Sky. It might be. Because it's an early, weird time in it. I don't know. I haven't checked on that one. But you'll probably be able to buy it on Swans TV. I think normally you can. So if you want to watch it, not that I'm advertising for them.
Was it like like a waterlogged pitch as well or something? Was it?
Oh, yeah, it was frozen, wasn't it? It was like
I don't know if it's I thought it was a bit harsh, but like games getting called off in the championship for like bad pitches does my head in.
I mean, ours was borderline gonna get to that stage until we replaced the pitch.
Yeah, I know, but like
hanging.
I guess we addressed it. It was the Sheffield Wednesday that was. It might have been waterlogged for Blackburn. I can't remember between the two. I think it was Sheffield Wednesday that frozen, and then we were questioning the undersoil heating, but apparently it was broken. But then you think like that stadium is big and has hosted like semi-finals and stuff in the past, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So you'd think they'd have better facilities, really. But I guess things can break. But can't quite remember the Blackburn reasoning. It probably was waterlogged, I believe. It was early January, so weather probably wasn't great, and especially up that way, they have a lot more snow and stuff than we do. So yeah, I get it is what it is, isn't it? It's not. We're not the only team that suffered from postponements. It's just frustrating timing. But yeah, how do you feel about the game?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a pressure one for me because it's like you said, it's the first game in hand, isn't it? And now that Brentford had a game called off, it puts us level on games with Brentford, then, doesn't it? So yeah, I think it's it's a massive game. They win and go second. We'll be second then in our own right, same games as Brentford and a game in hand over Watford. So I think there's an extra bit of added pressure there. So I don't know. I'm a bit nervous.
Scott?
Same, very nervous to be honest with the last two performances. I know you guys touched on the performances and all that in the last one, so I'm not going to set you off again.
You can tell us your opinions. We won't go on to our story.
Nah. I won't. Well, no, they've been dog shit, but we got the results and so we'll just move on. But yeah, very, very nervous. Hoping we can get something out of it. Blackburn hard team. I know they haven't got the best form lately.
Yeah.
I think they've won like one in their last 7 or something like that. But yeah, a run of 3 games in 7 days for us now as well, isn't it? So a lot of pressure on the next 3 games, to be honest. And then we've got 4-day turnover, and then we've got Cardiff. So
yeah.
fantastic for us.
You spoke with a form, so Blackburn obviously won their last game against Millwall on the weekend, on the 6th of March. 2-0 win that was, but before that they didn't win for the entire month of February, and they didn't win since they beat Luton Town 1-0 on the 30th of January. But they got a win before that match against Middlesbrough as well, so they're back-to-back wins. So, but still, a long time between the wins. It was 5 straight defeats and a draw, and then another defeat. So yeah, 7 without a win. You were right. Early season, they looked like a team that was going to score a lot of goals, but I guess they still do score a decent amount. They obviously got a good striker, one of your favourites, Scott.
I really want him to be in a Swan shirt. Adam,
Armstrong,
just bring him. Armstrong, bring him here. He'd fit in. He's like a Brewster, he is, so
Well,
he'd fit in
I
straight
believe
away.
they quoted like West Ham like 25 million. So
Yeah, we ain't getting him.
We'll have a whip round.
That's our GoFundMe page. But yeah, so their form has not been great, and actually it's quite interesting because obviously the other game in hand's against Sheffield Wednesday, and they've lost 5 on a bounce. Probably rather be playing them if he was one of the two in hand, but I guess they both. If you're going to ask for a game in the league, you wouldn't necessarily disagree with playing either based on their current form. It's on us to sort of go up there and put a statement down, really, like you said, Lee, in terms of taking control of second spot. For me, I think it's a nice thing that after this game we'll be level on Brentford, because there's always been that like game in hand talk and you'd rather have the points, and it's been starting to do my head in a little bit that you've just got that in your back of your mind. You've always got to do a little bit more to get to the same position.
Yeah.
Especially with like the time scale of the season just being condensed. Already starting to look tired. It just hopefully we can take advantage anyway. So if we do win this game, so Swansea's form is 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5. You can say what you want about the last 2 wins. It doesn't matter the results on the board. That's the important thing. Considering we're not playing well and this is considered our blip in form, we still only lost 2 games, which, to be honest, I would take any day of the week if that's our blip. Still the only 2 defeats this calendar year in the league. So, that's... Hopefully if we come through and start playing better, then that's really successful blip, really, in my book.
Yeah.
But if we do win, we'll go 5 points clear of Brentford, obviously, as you said, on the same game. So that is a good cushion.
It's a 5, is it? Oh my God.
So we are 2 points ahead of them currently. Obviously third, they are 4th. We're on 65, they are on 63. Watford are 1 point ahead of us, but we still have 2 games ahead of them. So if we can win this one, we'll be 2 ahead of Watford. So the same sort of situation to Watford as what we are to Brentford now, with the opportunity to go 5 with the other game in hand. But that's... I was listening earlier to the Sky Sports Football podcast, actually, which we did feature on. So we did tweet about that, so check that out.
Name dropping.
Yeah, I'll try and remember to link that in the description of this video as well. But they were talking about the other game in hand that we had. There's no confirmed date for that yet, but apparently they are trying to pencil in mid to late April. So it'll be quite late in the season. See how important it is by then.
As well.
Yeah, exactly.
We have like 6 games in April.
Yeah,
Let's just fit that one in as well.
It's just putting even more pressure on this game. Like you said, like if we can win this game, we'll go 5 clear of Brentford, because they play their game in hand before us probably.
Yeah, their game is like early to mid-April. I can't remember, but that's got a date. Ours hasn't got a date.
Well, I don't know why ours hasn't got a date. Why wouldn't it be the same?
I don't know if it's like because of home and away games, isn't it? So maybe it just fit for them. But the schedule at Hillsborough, is it Hillsborough?
Yeah.
Yeah, the schedule at Hillsborough, perhaps it doesn't fit with the same weekend or whenever it is.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Strange, but yeah, if we can win and go 5, I didn't realise it was 5 clear. And then it gives us that's a massive cushion to have.
Yeah.
Especially with Bournemouth coming up. Bournemouth's hard
Bournemouth.
Game, so we need to. We definitely need. I want to say 6 points in the next 2 games, but 4 points would be nice. But then that Bournemouth game is going to be a really, really hard game for us, I think.
Yeah.
Is it Tuesday or Wednesday, and then Bournemouth, and then we got Cardiff, and so we've got Bournemouth and Cardiff to play.
Yeah,
so the next 2 after these.
Bournemouth is on like the 16th, and then Cardiff's on the 20th. So what's that, Tuesday? I think.
Yeah.
We've got Luton in between, so Luton's this weekend. I guess it's better for us though that we are playing the Tuesday before Cardiff rather than the Wednesday. If before the Cardiff game, I would pick that because you get that extra day to prepare and rest up. But I know we're sort of jumping ahead a little bit here. We are going to discuss more about the match against Blackburn. But if you're looking at the Cardiff game, Mick McCarthy just signing that new deal, and then he didn't win for the first time in 7 games or whatever it is. It's he's done the job, he's got himself a secure contract, and all of a sudden,
I'm hoping the wheels come off now. I'm hoping that happens.
They should have lost that game as well, because Yaya Sanogo missed a penalty, put it wide.
I had no idea that Yaya Sanogo was at Huddersfield until he missed that pen.
No, me either.
Absolutely no idea,
Arsenal
and then he just
legend.
Why? How long has he been there?
I used to sign him a manager all the time. Back before Arsenal signed him, he used to get quite good, but it didn't turn out like that in real life. So
talking about class for Arsenal.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's get back on to the game in hand. So we know what happened in the last 2 games. We haven't been the best. I mean, I think that's harsh.
Oh, he's gonna start him off again
No.
now.
I think it's harsh to say we haven't performed well because we haven't lost the games, right? I think it's better to say we haven't performed well in attack. I think that's better to say, really.
Yeah.
Because like, I know we conceded goals in the games, but we still didn't lose them. We obviously don't look like scoring that much, and I think that's the criticism. So I think it's fair to say we've not really been performing in attack. So how do we fix that then going into this game?
Well, there's not much we can do with what we got, is there? I know we probably, last couple of videos and stuff, we've said, I would change this, I would change that. He's not going to make many changes at all, so I think we've got to let that go.
You went to the diamond, which is what we were calling for.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, there's nothing that he can do. I don't think that's like drastically going to change the way that we attack. I don't think he's not going to sacrifice the 3 at the back or the 5 at the back, whichever way you look at it. He's not going to sacrifice that because he won't go like 4-4-2, will he, or 4-2-3-1.
No, exactly.
I can't see him doing that.
But obviously, saying the 5 at the back, you're saying like, obviously, if the question is, does he change formation and sacrifice that to get us attacking more? But where have our goals come from?
Into wing backs.
16 or 17 assists, I think it is, this season between them. So
yeah, that's why you want.
Arguably, that's not the solution, is it? Because that's where our attacking threat is.
Yeah, it's like I said, I can't see him. Yeah. I can't see him like going away from that for the rest of the season anyway, because it's worked so well. As you said, even if we're not doing anything in attack, the defense keeps us in the game, doesn't it? That system keeps us in the game.
Yeah. Obviously, we know what the problem is. We don't have a striker, and we're based on this chat because before people will say that's the obvious. But we're kind of basing this chat on the fact that we haven't got one, so we can't change that at this point. So what can we change?
I don't know. I know. I don't know. I'm not even sure it's because we haven't got a striker sometimes. Because, like, Ayuk can bury a chance from nothing.
Yeah,
we've seen that. He's done it against Norwich and he done it on Saturday. He will score out of nothing. But we don't really create anything. We don't create many clear-cut chances for me in the game.
But what I mean is, like, if you have like a McBurney lead in the line, would you feel better about our attacking credentials? I feel like it's been a heavy criticism that quite often we're playing the long ball and not getting anything out of it. I know Ayu's good in the air, but I feel like just the extra height and the physical presence of an out-and-out number 9 that McBurney would offer. I'm just using him as an example because we've all seen what he can do. I feel like he would hold the ball up a little bit better. That's not necessarily Ayu's natural game. He kind of like, I think he always does play better playing off people, really. And Low and Ayu kind of want to both play off people. Scott, what do you reckon?
There's only one man that we can call up on now, and he's a free agent, and he's, come on, Wilfred Boney. Goals for Swansea.
Do you know what? I know he went to he went on loan, didn't he? Like the last half of his contract. Was it last season or the season before under Potter? Yeah. After he came back into the team for like a couple of games, and then he went. I definitely would have liked to see him get up to match fitness and have a spell in the team in the Championship, just to see if he could do it. I wouldn't go and get him now, but when he was...
I'm joking, by the way.
I know you're joking.
Now.
But it is a bit romantic. Maybe I'm just being romantic thinking of that as well. But he did score a goal.
Yeah.
So how do you fix that, Scott?
Literally, I don't think we can. I think we just have to play like we are right now and just grind out those results, to be honest. We haven't got that number 9. Potter. God, you got Potter in my head now.
Whoa, no.
Cooper's not going to make much changes up front. He'll probably go back to Low and Ayu, I believe, in the next game. I don't know what your guys' thoughts were on Low when he came on, but I thought he was much sharper when he did come on rather than starting, to be honest. So I'm hoping that because he's had 60 minutes off the pitch now.
Yeah,
he's going to come back into the next game. He's going to be sharper. He's going to, make those runs that we need him to do. But
being dropped might be the kick that he needed. I think when he got dropped before, he started playing better when he came back into the team. I didn't, obviously, I said in last video, I didn't watch the full game, so I can't comment too much on Low's performance, but you've got to credit him. He played the ball, that ended up winning the penalty, so...
Even
Yeah,
his
I-
hold-up balls were good. Like, I know he's not the biggest guy, but he was holding up the ball pretty well for us when we were hitting it long. So, he's got that about him as well. Again, he was fitter than everyone else on the pitch when he came on. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be nice to see if he does kick on now, and it was all psychological. And like you said, Luke being dropped is give him a kick up the arse.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted with Lowe though to probably give him another rest from the bench. I think because the last 20 minutes, it probably didn't work that well on Saturday, the diamond, but the last sort of 20 minutes against Stoke, I thought we played all right. I thought we looked decent, and we had a couple of chances, like the Conor Roberts chance, and we seemed to be dominating the game. So I wonder if it's something that is probably more suited to doing away from home, playing like the four in midfield.
Yeah, but do you think? I don't think the
open.
diamond worked for us.
I just think it
against
could. Yeah.
Middlesbrough.
It
could
didn't
have been
work
against
Saturday.
Middlesbrough. Like, as a Warnock
Maybe it's
team,
not. Yeah.
they're quite
Yeah.
difficult. They're always going to make it hard for you in a Warnock team. He's not no slouch of a manager. He hasn't got the record he's got for no reason. And we haven't always had the best results against him, to be honest. It's been all right of late, and they did beat us in the other leg, which was quite comfortable for them actually as well. So over the two legs, they've definitely been the better team. But we made it work this time. However, you want to, controversies aside, we ground out the win. I think the diamond is definitely not dead though. Like I would probably start with it again because we're playing a team like Blackburn, so they're going to come at us more in an attacking sense, like not the same sort of attack. I know Middlesbrough attacked a lot, but I just point out on that as well. Swansea actually had a higher XG than Middlesbrough, considering all the bombardment for that second half, which was all them. In terms of goals, chances and stuff, we actually had a higher XG. Don't get me wrong, the penalty would be a massive factor in that, but still, considering how much they battered us, their XG wasn't that high. So in terms of clear-cut chances, the disallowed goal, I guess, is not really, well, it couldn't have been too much more.
No, it wasn't, to be fair. Like I think we said on the last video, they had that chance in the first half. Freddie Woodman saved with his foot, but then it was just sort of constant pressure, wasn't it? There wasn't many clear-cut chances, but it was just a goal was going to come at some point because it was just constant pressure from half time.
Yeah. So then
It's like though.
Go on,
I'm sorry, Luke. Like we always say, like teams batter us. They don't batter us. It's just Swansea can't string things together, and it looks like we're playing rubbish. So it's not that teams batter us all the time. It's just we can't get up the field and create anything. We just hoof it long, and they're back on the attack. Our defense is strong, so they're not going to get past us. It's just it'd be nice to get that creativity.
Yeah,
That's what we're missing. We just
You're
need
right
that.
there, actually. You're right there, because it's like most teams that come down and we say we haven't played very well, teams don't have loads of clear-cut chances, do they? Where they're sort of thinking, they've absolutely battered us, and Woodman's made like 100 saves in a game. That rarely happens.
No, that's like Leeds away last year. That's an example of that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's true. Like we kind of like you said, we can't create and get forwards, but I think it's kind of teams know a little bit how to stop us playing. Maybe we're struggling to combat that, and these teams watch the games. They do their research, and there's no coincidence maybe that since one or two of them found it out, it's been a longer spell where we haven't been so creative. Teams are obviously stopping us doing what we do well, but then you get to credit the fact that we've still managed to grind out the wins and not lose the games because the defence has been so strong, and like I said, kept the chances to a minimum. I know we do concede sometimes a lot of shots, but quite often it's like outside the box or half chances. Look, I know we get ones that should result in goals, and that happens in every game, but I'm just saying it could be worse, and it's not as sometimes as much of what the stats might look like the Middlesbrough game where they had all the ball, were the better team, but they didn't necessarily do anything clinical with it, really.
Yeah, I think we were saying about grinding results out. I think it's going to be like that just all the way to the end of the season now, and we're going to have to accept it, because like Ayew said in his interview after the game on Saturday that they were tired. He said there was no getting away from it. He said they were tired. We touched on it in a way, and I see it like have you seen the Pirates of the Caribbean thing when he's on the ship and it just thinks at the end it's going to be us and just step on the promotion at the end.
You can make that picture. Make that picture.
See if you can make that. Just us grinding it out. It's going to be
just how Steve Cooper's face on Jack Sparrow stepping onto like the Premier.
That's what I see it being like now. I think we've had so many conversations and we're saying we want to see this, we want to see this change, we want to see that, we want to see that. I think it's literally just going to be a dogfight now to the end of the season with the tired legs and everything.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so changes then. Like we said, probably isn't going to be too much in terms of changes. But what I want to say is potentially there must be something going on with Arriola. Is he like not a Steve Cooper signing? I know there was a dodgy stuff going on about his Twitter, but I'm not really going to touch on that here. That's a different issue, and you know, I'm sure everyone's got their own thoughts on that. But that's not for us to discuss. Before that even happened, he's just not featuring at all, is he? He's not featuring.
What does he come on for? Has he played like 20 minutes for us and that's it? Did he start the Man City game?
No, he didn't. He came on at the end of that with Whittaker.
Literally, yeah. Literally, he hasn't done anything, has he? And like you said, it's just we haven't got a clue why.
Well, Cooper keeps saying he's not match fit, but then
you just don't play.
How do you get
him,
match fit if you don't play? I just feel like there must be more there. But he just perhaps he just doesn't rate him.
I don't think he wants him, to be honest. There's got to be something there because looking from the outside in, you can see we're lacking up front, legs up front. And if he hasn't played for ages, you chuck him on for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Or even on Saturday when we went to 1-1 in the 91st minute, unless he wanted to just sort of not risk conceding another goal. But I mean, even in a scenario like that where you are chasing a game, just put him on for 10 minutes.
Well,
he doesn't seem to do that anymore.
No,
I just checked. 8 games. 46 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
1 half of football since he's been here. Like he's just not can hardly feature, is he? I just I can't even talk whether I want to see more of him because I don't know what he offers because I haven't seen what he does because he's always come in a bad situation when he has played. The only times where he's played has been where we've had to try and rescue something and where we've been up against it. So we've never really been able to see what he can do. And the only notable thing I can say that he's done was it the ball over the crossbar from inside the box. But I know it bounced up in that chance, but against Bristol that was. But that's literally the only thing that stands out. I can't think of anything else.
No, there's got to be something there. He definitely doesn't want him. I sort of accepted it now that it's just going to be, like the starting 11 that we've got, and then maybe, Man in for Bidwell, and maybe Danda comes in.
Yeah.
And apart from that, we're not going to see any. Or maybe with the centre halves as well, maybe like Bennett and Norton and
apparently Bennett was warming up to come on just before the penalty. So
that tells you what he wanted to do. Then he was just gonna.
I didn't see myself. I just saw someone was saying, and then obviously after the penalty, he sat back down. But aside from what that means, hopefully that means he's fit for the next game. Does he come straight back in?
No, wrap him in cotton wool until the Cardiff game. Bring him on for 5 minutes against Bomber.
Yeah. Keep him there until the Cardiff, and then make him take out Morris again or something like that.
I did see a stat about Cardiff earlier, which might make people laugh, but they've been doing well, so it's probably not that funny, really. But I think that there was a stat about how many headers players have won in the championship, and Kiefer Moore was top by a long distance. But there was 3 or 4 Cardiff players on the top 10 list. I think Sean Morrison was there.
Well, that's why you've got to play Bidwell, but that's a point, though. Someone like Kiefer Moore, just someone with that sort of stature up front would just be brilliant for us.
We don't want him now, though, Luca. Lee. Right?
No,
that's don't want him.
We went to Wigan and got Jamal Lowe. So, but then which one of them scored 2 in the derby?
He did go off injured though, more didn't he?
But didn't score though, did he? He had a chance. He did have a chance.
Do it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx his squad trick now in 2 weeks.
Touch wood. Okay. Anyway, predictions then. What are we thinking for this match? I will put up the league table. Well, in this, I'll get it up now while you're talking about predictions because we haven't discussed that for a while.
Where are you, Lee? Who's sinking down that table, mate?
Plenty of time.
Alid, you have to worried.
Alid, look, we've got to take into consideration his late start.
You keep saying it.
No. I'm going to go back to the week that he joined and see how many points he was behind. So if he's behind from more points at the end, then he's last, isn't he?
All right, fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But John is only 6 points ahead of him, so I feel like he might just be cut in 5th place, and John might be in trouble. But we'll see. There's a long way to go. So I'm top with 30 points. I've only guessed 1 correct score, but I've had 6 correct results and 5 correct scorers. So Anyway, Scott's second. A few more correct scores than me, but he's on 27. Lee is third with 24. Chris then with 17. John with 14 and Aled with 8.
I feel like I have a handicap as well because I always say Fulton top ends. It's never happening, is it? So
well, maybe you need to stop saying Fulton top ends, and then that week you'll probably do it.
Until you get merch that says Fulton top ends, I'm not going to stop.
It's coming. We're designing it. It's
my excuse is that I keep backing us to draw or lose.
Or you have Bennett to score a header.
I can't wait.
He hasn't scored yet, has he? It's coming for the last game of the season against Watford.
I can't
take us into second place.
Anyway, Lee, what's your prediction for this one?
Oh God, I don't know. I genuinely don't know anymore. Because the way we've been performing, every game I think we're just gonna come unstuck somewhere. We're just gonna lose, but then they somehow find a win.
Yeah, every time you say it, you get it wrong. So
keep going. Keep saying loss, so we actually win.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's the same in the rugby. Every game you said Wales are going to lose.
We don't even draw these days. I keep thinking draw, but we never draw, do we?
No.
I can't even remember if anyone can remember. I can't even remember the last time we drew a game. But
I don't think this year.
We have. The last time we drew a game was against Brentford.
Bloody hell.
I was this year. Yeah, start of the year.
Yeah.
And the one before that was Reading.
Christmas time, wasn't it? I'm struggling with this one because it tends to be as well when we have a game like this where it's like, right, we can win this now and we go second, or there's something on it. We tend to not play very well too, but let's go.
Well, you can't say we tend to not play very well. We haven't been playing very well anyway.
Yeah, I know that's true. I 1-0 Swans.
With who scoring?
Horahan free kick.
Fucking hell, we lost then, haven't we?
Okay,
yeah.
Scott.
I might go for the 2-1 again. We do like a 2-1 lately, don't we?
It's either 1-0, 2-1 or 2-0. It's literally Swans scorelines this season.
Yeah. We ain't going to get a 3-1 or anything, are we? We've not scored more than 2.
Only once.
Yeah, once, yeah. So, yeah, 2-1 again. I'll go Swans. Hey, Fulton top bins. It's coming, boys. It's coming. Ooh. Should I back Ayew to score again? You know, he's on a run now, isn't he? But but we might get another dodge penalty, haven't we? So yeah, I'll go Ayew.
Paid the ref, yeah. I'm going to say 2-0 Swans because we haven't had a clean sheet for a while, so I feel like we do one. I feel like a couple of bit of lucky results, if you want to say that, will spur them on a little bit and we'll get a clean sheet. 2-0. I'm going to go with AU because I think he's on a bit of a run. And Lowe's going to get back on the score sheet, boys. Telling you now.
I wonder if thinking about that though. I wonder if the ref will have in the back of his mind about all these decisions because it's like.
Yeah, so then he'll just give the other team a dodgy penalty instead.
Oh, yeah. But don't you think that we're gonna play now a team that has been out of form, and you know what Swans are like when playing teams out of form, and it's gonna go shite.
To be fair, we can't say that we turned it around because they already won their last game. So.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's better playing them now they won their last game than it would have been if we were that
going
team.
back on a losing streak.
Yeah.
They would have been looking to bounce back from like 7-match losing streak. They've done it now, so perhaps it's a little bit better than. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, where did they sit at the table?
They've dropped. Like they were in like early, like up to Christmas. I think they were like maybe they could make playoffs, but after they're not in. They're just like nothing really to play for now. I don't think they'll go down. Not really going to go up. Just proper mid-table.
Bring him in if we go up, Scott.
It's a bit surprising. I think a lot of people thought Blackburn were going to go on and do well this year. Bradley Dack's obviously come back from injury, but I don't think he's had the same sort of impact as what he was having last season.
Do you know why? Danny Graham's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring him back.
How old is he now?
Yeah, get him back.
He's gone lower league somewhere, hasn't he?
He's gone back to Sunderland, is he?
Is he?
He retired, did he?
Was he?
Did he?
No.
Oh, he might have.
Never mind.
Shows how much we know.
I'm sure he retired, and there was everyone going around then saying, like, you know.
Shall I check?
Yeah.
Shall I have a quick?
Yeah, I'm sure he's retired.
Anyway, while I check this out, we were just mentioning a couple of us were saying that Andre Ayew might score. Bit of a talking point around Andre Ayew. By the way, Danny Graham has gone back to Sunderland. So.
Yeah, I knew I was right, boys. Don't doubt me.
Who retired then? I know Ashley Williams retired. I'm sure he retired.
I can't see anything about him.
Talking
retiring.
rubbish. Talking rubbish.
Go on, Lee. Andre, are you then? So, last thing before we finish, 'cause I think this is something that's definitely worth discussing. There's an international break coming up, and he is captain of Ghana, so he's expected to go. However, as are the current rules around coronavirus, when he comes back, he will be expected, and, well, I say expected, he will have to isolate for a period of 2 weeks. Now, Steve Cooper's been in the media talking about this, and he has been saying he sort of wants the powers that be in football to get clarity on the situation. If clubs are going to have to release players and then lose them coming back, there's also factor in Wales are playing Belgium away. So whether that is like, I'm not sure what sort of countries these rules apply for, which ones they don't. I know in some cases, like in the Champions League, they've played a match in a different venue to get around the rules. A lot of complications, basically. The question I'm asking is, because if Andre Ayew does go, we will miss him for 3 key games in what I would see as our run-in. So, Birmingham City away, Preston at home, and potentially, depending on when he gets back, Millwall away.
It's a shit game to miss as well.
That run of games comes after 2 massive games against Bournemouth and Cardiff.
Or 3 winnable games there.
Yeah, so bearing in mind they're difficult, you don't know what the result's going to be. We might be like looking at those 3 games thinking we need to win, and we could be without Andre Ayew, which would be the first sort of period that he's not been in the team all season. I think fair to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really, really big issue here. So what do the club? First of all, does the club stop him going? Considering he's Ghana captain as well, is that fair? And second of all, should the international breaks not happen under coronavirus regulations, especially with everything going on? People are not allowed to travel unless it's essential. A friendly, I know some of these matches are African Cup of Nations qualifiers, but are they that essential where we need to be allowing players to travel to them, potentially come back? I know they've got to isolate now, so the club loses out. Or in past international breaks where other clubs have had this situation and the players brought COVID into the club. Should this be happening?
Do you want to go first, Scott?
No, you can go first, mate.
Yeah, I didn't think of that actually until you said at the end. That would be an even worse scenario if someone was to bring COVID into the camp. That would be even worse. But I don't know. It's in terms of stopping him going. I think it's got to be the same across the board, because you can't sort of stop him going and then Connor Roberts and Cabango and that they'll go off and play for Wales.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's got to be the same across the board. He probably, I think he's quite passionate about playing for Ghana, isn't he? Especially if he's captain as well. So
yeah,
I don't think we can stop him going. But I think it lies down to having international breaks. I'm with you. I think even if they've got to have them with the time schedule now, the Euros are in the summer, and then I know these are World Cup qualifiers, aren't they? For
Africa
whenever
Cup
the
of
World
Nations.
Right, okay, but it's the same for us as well in our sort of
World
international
Cup
window.
qualifiers,
Yeah, so I don't see why they can't sort of try and play catch up after this season, after the Euros and the World Cup qualifiers, and limit travel. I just don't think there should be international breaks. They had an international break, if I can remember right. Didn't they have an international break before the domestic season started as well, where people travelled all over and then they came back and started?
Yeah, because the season started later, didn't it? So they just had the break as would have already normally happened in September, I think.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then
that was ridiculous.
So I think I agree. I think it's a bit weird how we've got all these rules and regulations around COVID, but nothing's changed on the international scene, really.
No, it hasn't.
It just seems weird how they can still go all around the place to play. I think you kind of understand it for the competitive games, but the friendly games that have happened in past ones, and Wales are playing 2 friendlies. I think it's 2 friendlies they're playing.
It's ridiculous. They did last time as well, didn't they? They played like 3 games. They played like 3 games in an international window, because they played like that extra one against America, didn't they, in the Liberty?
It's just the friendlies are just completely unnecessary, and surely there's a way of like I don't know, doing something with the World Cup qualifiers. Whether it's like, I know they've got the Euros this summer, but maybe after the Euros you can say, like, just before the season starts back, right, we'll have a couple of weeks where all these games are played, and then you can have a bit of quarantine. Like, I don't know what the time scales are like, and then maybe they can start the season late again.
Yeah,
Fit that in. It just means that no one suffers during the year.
I just think they could have just not had, at least if they were going to have the international windows, they could have just not had friendlies at least.
Yeah.
Where it's just extra travel. I don't know. Or even next year, like you said, because I know what they'll say, they don't want a knock-on effect, because if you miss the games this year, you've got to have them next year, and then there's always a knock-on then, isn't it? But like next year, just don't have any friendlies and catch up with the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, exactly. There must have been a solution. I just feel like they just didn't want to try, really. But we haven't suffered yet. Potentially we could, but other clubs have definitely suffered as a result of this. I can't remember exactly, but I know in January, I think, or Christmas period, whenever the last one was, there was definitely stuff like players coming back and having to isolate, and then other players having to isolate because of it. There was definitely stuff going on like that. I just think it's a bad situation. Was that international related? I know they had a mass.
They had a mass breakout, didn't they? I don't know if that was international related, but they had to play the under-21s, didn't they?
Against
Liverpool. Against Liverpool.
Yeah.
So
what do you make of it, Scott? Like, what's your say?
Shit situation. Yeah, I agree with you boys though. Like, international friendlies are shit, and there's no point of them. If you've got a backlog of World Cup qualifiers, Euro qualifiers, you play them instead. And this season's just rushed enough as it is because of the Euros in the summer.
Yeah.
And it just seems like, because this international break now is even more congested, again, we might miss him for 3 games. It's ridiculous, really, isn't it?
Well, you're raising that point about congestion. Like, Wales are playing but they're playing 3 games in this upcoming break. Belgium away. Well, it is away, apparently, according to where it's been played. Wales are playing there, Mexico and Czech Republic. The Mexico one is a friendly, but you're having a team coming like literally halfway across the world for that. The European ones, maybe you can control them a bit more. And I'm not trying to I just think there's more stuff in place than there, because you've got the Euros. They're trying to keep a little bit more safety precautions, even if like the Liverpool game in the Champions League the other day that was played in a neutral venue to avoid clashing with these rules. It's easier to sort of organise that with a European team. But why do we need to play a friendly against Mexico? I just don't understand why we need to do that. I just don't. And they save money. It's not even any fans going to the game. So I don't know. It just seems a weird situation.
Is there another international break before the end of the season, or is this the last one and it's straight through?
It says in Wales' next game after the Czech Republic game in March is June, so the season will be finished by then, won't it?
Yeah, they're probably Euro warm-ups then, aren't they, in June?
Yeah, that's a friendly. It's against Albania, and it says there's only one friendly before the Euros, so I'd imagine they'll pencil more in. Well, I don't know. When does the season finish?
May.
Seems like it might be quite tight. It's not much of a turnaround.
Yeah.
They've only got like 3 or 4 weeks then to rest, and then it goes straight into the Euros. Well, anyway, it's been an interesting topic. I think we'll obviously learn more on the situation in the next coming weeks. Hopefully, we won't be without Andre Ayew, but I think we should start preparing for that as an outcome.
Who would you bring in? What would you do? Like, would you bring? I don't know. Literally.
I don't know.
One of their games, right? And this is what the concern probably is. One of their games is against South Africa away. And
so he's got to go to South Africa.
That's where it's quite bad, isn't it, with that new variant and.
Well, yeah, I think, like you said, we're going to have to prepare for that, because if the international window is going ahead, and obviously it is, with all the European players are going to go to play for their countries, you can't stop him going. So I think we're going to have to prepare to be without him for those 3 games, I think.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's why he started tweaking the system then with the diamond, because he can play low on Horahan, maybe.
Maybe. That's a good point. Yeah, but maybe he'll just play with low up front than the diamond.
Time will tell.
It might be amazing now as well.
Yeah, maybe that's what Jesus over the line. Let's hope. Anyway, time will tell. We'll see. I'm sure we'll discuss more on that when we see what happens with it. But that has been, I think, everything covered from us in this video. It's been quite a long one again, but I'll get that out. Get it out tonight. So,
only thing we didn't cover was what do you think of the new bridge?
How you do, sponsored by Taco Bell.
Massive cheese.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Been some good memes.
oh
Big
yeah,
cheddar.
everyone erupted, didn't they? It was just like,
I
wow.
don't think it's that bad. It's like unique in it. Like no, when
It's,
the buildings are
whoa,
finished.
unique.
Unique is a nice way
It's
of putting
definitely unique. Yeah.
I think when the buildings are finished, it's going to look a little bit
Yeah.
better and it's going to make more sense. But when it's just that bridge
it.
and
Looks
the
out of
colour
place.
that it
then.
is in the middle of where it is, it looks a bit weird at the moment. But I think the arena is going to be quite colourful, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it'll look alright when it's done,
Yeah.
probably.
but yeah, okay, that's our lot. Cheers for coming on, guys,
That's
as
coming out.
always. Don't forget as well, if you did make it this far and you're enjoying our content, please subscribe. We smashed it yesterday, actually. I put a tweet out asking, support us if you don't mind. We appreciate it. Help us grow. And we smashed past 200. I think we started the day near 190 odd, and we ended it over 200. I can't remember what we're on now, like 209 maybe, something like that.
To the
But
moon,
yeah,
boys.
so thank you very much for everyone that did contribute to that and is continuing to support us. So baby steps and all that, but for us, the first goal, we want to get to 1,000 realistically, and only because that just helps us create better content. So it unlocks stuff on YouTube that will allow us to hopefully get some, income streams in that we can start investing in the content we do, getting better microphones, better cameras, and so on, and bring you better content. So that's what we're aiming to do. But like I said, baby steps. So thank you all. Leave a like as well if you enjoyed the video. Again, helps let more people see us because of the way the algorithm works, and the engagement in the comments as well helps us massively. We also love reading your views on everything we've spoken about. It's been quite good with the engagement recently, so keep it going. Get yourselves involved. And with that, and check us out on Spotify as well, because some of our longer podcasts are on Spotify. Missed anything out there, lads? No?
We're on Pornhub as well.
Yeah, Scott's Cabango face. It's definitely on there. But with that then, love you and leave you. So thanks for coming, guys, and see you in the next one.
See you soon. See you.